you're in minor, right? The minor to F minor 9, but the 2-5 is not in minor, so it's not pure minor. It's like Dorian minor, then you have a 2-5 in like major, they go to minor. Okay, so it's a straight ahead swing thing. 1, 2,
We're supporting jazz as an art form, as a truly indigenous, as we know, original American art form that has now taken on some real global significance.
No, instead of this kind of chunk comedy, why don't you just make it like open sound, so you kind of like
The Capital District region of upstate New York is blessed. It has plenty of jazz. From small clubs that host the plethora of fine local jazz talent, larger venues that bring the major artists, Freihofer's Saratoga Jazz Festival, which was created by George Wein back in 1978. And in the summer, the Skidmore Jazz Institute has a faculty of world-class jazz musicians that teach the up-and-coming group. Established in 1987, the school gets about 50 students a year from all over the country, and even places like Ireland. The faculty puts on concerts for the general public and brings in artists for master classes like Joe Labano, Kurt Elling, Jimmy Heath. Those artists also perform for the general public, and it creates a buzz in the jazz community of the Capital District at large.
There seems to be a thirst for the arts here and a demand for it. So I think we help fill in that palette.
This is very unlike a lot of typical schooling in this regard. Typical schooling. Teacher says do this, student does that, student gets an A, right? Teacher says do this, student doesn't do that, student gets a C or a D or F or whatever, right? This ain't like that. Here's what it's like. My question to you is, how did that feel? How did it sound?
It's great because the young students here, they get a chance to interact with all the other students in different places. Then they go out and they spread it around their communities and where they're from. That's what written, but it doesn't seem like I'm hearing. I'm hearing some of you playing on the anticipation. One of the things I think will make it hold together a little bit more is that while you're doing the solos, if you can at least part of this tune, part of the real character of this tune are these rhythmic hits. If you can at least imply those, even over the blowing, because form-wise, that'll kind of at least let everybody know what's going on.
They're surrounded by people that share their interests. I think that's key, because then they can go back to small-town USA and they can know that there are people out there, that there's a scene out there, that there's something to strive for. They know that there's other young people out there that are playing up a storm. They form relationships here that, of course, in this modern day are solidified and continued with unprecedented ease through Facebook, and so that starts to spread too. Their network is incredible. So they might come here and make friends here, but 1,000 other young people are going to hear about their experience, or maybe more.
When you get people who are playing in a group, in a small group, you have to learn how to listen to each other. You have to be respectful. Someone else is playing. Someone else needs to be supported. Those kind of qualities are what we try to give them. That's what they learn here. And I've seen a lot of the young people coming back for the second time. And they've all basically said how much fun they had, how they enjoyed the experience. And that they go and they share that with their community. They share it with their bands at school, and I think it can't help but bring up the rest of the programs all around here, because they almost become like ambassadors for what I hope are the right things, the right qualities that we're trying to show them: cooperation, love for the music, just having fun. So I would assume, and I believe that yes, when they leave here, they're naturally going to take it back to their own communities, and it's going to lift everybody up.
Not all of these students will become jazz musicians as a vocation. They just won't. But they will help us, help all of us. They will be building the future audiences one way or the other.